Hey guys, my name is Kirsty and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing something that I have wanted to do for absolutely ages, and that is a US versus UK covers. I've got an idea that I think I'm going to split this video into two parts because there is a lot of different covers between the US and the UK, and that means that there's a lot to get through, and I don't want to rush my opinion, or I don't want to cram everything into a video and then it be like half an hour long and then you get bored of watching it. So I think I am going to split this into two parts. But without any further ado, let's just kick things off, shall we? The first book that I am going to, well, the first cover, sorry, that I'm going to compare is the UK edition of Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. So we have the blue all the way around, we have the shiny gold foil, and then we have the US edition here. What I think is really strange about this cover, about the American cover, is the fact that it's like yellow and blue, and it's just such a weird colour combination to have the bright yellow on one side and then the blue on the other. And I don't know, I like it, but it's not as good as the UK cover, so I think UK wins this one by far. I mean, just look how gorgeous this is, and then you've got star constellations on the back, and I just absolutely love the UK edition. 1 point to the UK. The next cover that I have is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. This is the American cover and this is the UK cover. I definitely prefer the US cover because I just think the typography is so much better. The colour in this is just brilliant, and with the UK one it's just white and bland and boring, and I just don't really see how this is going to attract people to read it. Whereas if you see this on the shelf, this is definitely going to attract your attention. So definitely the US edition. The next covers that I have the US cover of Truth Witch and Wind Witch. So these are the US covers here, and then these are the UK covers. There isn't a vast amount of difference between the two, but just the way that the character is positioned on the front covers of the UK one doesn't really, I don't know, I don't really seem to like it, which is why I brought the US versions, because I just think these two are so much better. The colouring is better, the character positions are better, and it cost me a little bit more money to get these imported from America, but you know what, it's so worth it because these are gorgeous. Okay, so the next one that we have is Patrick Ness's release. This is the UK hardcover, and one of the big differences between this and the American book is the release date. Like, it came out so much later in the US, which is completely strange in itself because UK normally gets the later release dates. Cover wise, I have to go with the UK cover. This is the US cover, and I just think it's an interesting concept. I don't know, there's just something about the dark colours of the UK edition that I just really like, so I'm gonna have to give this point to the UK. Okay, so the next book is one that I got with last month's Fairy Loot, and that is Everless by Sara Holland. This is the UK hardcover and this is the US cover. I have to say that I like the UK cover better. I don't know whether it's because I'm looking at it like as a picture for the US, and not because I've got it in my hands and I can see it with my own eyes, but if you put pictures of the two covers next to each other, I just feel like the UK one is better because I like the white and the red blood dripping down, whereas the US cover, again, it has the kind of time element incorporated in with the cover, but I just definitely prefer the UK cover, so another point to the UK. Another series now, and that is Frostblood by Ellie Blake. So book 1 is Frostblood, book 2 is Fireblood, and book 3 is Nightblood. This is the UK cover. Now these are the US covers, and okay, so each cover has positives in itself. I do like the whiteness of the UK covers with the splash of colour on the front, but then I really do like the full colour of the US, and I definitely prefer the Fireblood cover in the US than to here, and I definitely prefer the Nightblood cover in the US to here, but Frostblood is quite similar, so I can't really say anything about that. But I just think because I prefer the second and third covers in the US, I'm going to have to go with the US covers because I just think they're more eye-catching. Another Laini Taylor book now, and we have Night of Cake and Puppets. This is the US cover and this is the UK cover. I definitely prefer the US cover because I love the colour on this front cover, whereas in the UK cover it's just dark blue and it's not really eye-catching and it's quite boring, whereas the US cover is very colourful, it stands out, and yeah, definitely the US cover. And I don't know what the UK cover looks like naked, but check out the American one. That is just brilliant and I absolutely love it. So yeah, definitely the US cover. Okay, this is quite a difficult one because the covers are very similar, and that is Coralville by Stephanie Garber. So this is the UK cover and this is the US cover. So in the US cover I do like the blue and the red detail on it, but I think for this one I'm going to have to go with the UK cover because I just love the gold foiling on it. I've just completely fallen in love with this cover. And naked, it has engravings on it, which is also amazing, and I'm not 100% sure if the US editions have that, but if they do, please let me know in the comments box below so I can take that into consideration as well. But I think for now I am definitely going to go with the UK cover of Coralville. Now for this one I do actually have both editions of the book. So the next book that I'm going to be speaking about is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is the UK cover and this is the US cover. I do own all 3 books in the UK covers and all 3 books in the US covers. But yeah, this is very difficult, but I think I'm gonna have to go with I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go with the US cover because at the end of the day I wouldn't have paid extra money for the US covers if I didn't think that I needed them, or I wouldn't have paid extra money for the US covers if I didn't think they were beautiful. And I really do like the US covers, so I'm gonna have to go with that. And plus the US chapter headings in A Darker Shade of Magic are so much better because, wait, let me find one. These are the chapter headings in the US edition and these are the chapter headings in the UK edition. Come on UK, what are you doing? Like, take some tips from the US edition please, because this edition is beautiful and I absolutely love it. So, and I'm really glad that I've got all 3 in these covers as well. So the next next one that I'm going to be talking about is What Happened by Hillary Clinton. This is the US edition and this is the UK edition. I definitely, without a doubt, 100% prefer the US cover, because the UK cover, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Hillary Clinton, but I just think having her face like blown up and put smack bang in the centre of the book, it's quite cheesy. Okay, I know it's her autobiography and it's a picture of her, but the US have done this so much better, because the front cover of the US one, it looks professional, it looks business-like. I just think it looks cleaner, and then on the back you have a photo of her. So I think the US have definitely done this better than the UK. Like I said before with Darker Shiny Magic, I wouldn't pay the extra money to have the US edition imported if I didn't think the cover was better. So there we go. And the last book in this part 1 of UK versus US covers is History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. This is the UK edition and this is the US edition. I definitely prefer the US edition, because for this I just don't like all the weird lines on here. I mean, I know it's to do with the water and I know it's supposed to look like waves, and I completely get that, but I just definitely prefer the US edition. I just think it's more minimalistic and I think it's just better to look at. And this is actually another strange point for me, because normally if I like the US cover better, I have that imported and I own that as well as the UK cover, but I just haven't got around to buying the US cover yet, so I'm stuck with the UK paperback. But no, I definitely prefer the US cover for History Is All You Left Me. And there we have it. That is part 1 of my UK versus US covers. I am going to be filming part 2 straight after this, so but no, that is part 1. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up. If you've got any comments or questions or feedback, leave them in the comments box below. If you want notifications for when I post any new videos, just click on the bell icon below after you've subscribed, of course, and you will get notifications for when new videos go up. And yeah, that's all I have left to say. So thank you for watching, and I will see you either in part 2 or in my next video. Bye!